And here's another unboxing of the Laserdiscs. I have to admit, I still get the same thrill from opening a pile of Laserdiscs today as I did back in the early 90s when I started collecting. This box today contains several selected titles I got from a guy who was selling at a fair price. Today is not about hidden gems or very expensive ones, it's just filling in some holes in my collection and some selected titles I had back in the day but sold. I did sell a large part of my collection back in the day and I soon regretted it, so today I'm always on the lookout for titles I had which I regret selling and I buy them back, as well as some new titles and stuff I just like to have now. But as I said, always at a fair price. I don't like to pay too much for Laserdiscs these days. Some of you might recognize the first one in this stack here. This is not known to everyone, but this is Golden Boy, a Japanese anime from the 90s. They don't make him like this anymore, and this is about a university dropout who rides across Japan, taking part-time jobs and picking up women basically. And this has mature situations and some nudity, so parental guidance strongly advised. It even says so on the back cover here. On the other hand, you'll get much worse on Netflix and similar streaming sites today, so nothing to worry about in my opinion. Here's Men in Black, a title I never had back in the day, so this was a good chance to pick it up, especially when I got it for coffee money. This is a nice release with a Dolby Digital soundtrack as well, so well worth picking up if you get it for cheap. And here's another one I don't have in my collection, the Blade Runner Director's Cut. It's definitely not a lack of different versions of Blade Runner out, and on Laserdiscs as well there's a lot of different releases available. I never had this version back in the day, so it's a nice hole to fill in my collection. I'm not a uber fan of Blade Runner to begin with, and I like both the theatrical cut and the director's cut almost equally. I'm also a huge fan of John Hughes. I love all his movies for different reasons, including Pretty in Pink. I'll be the first one to admit that I sometimes collect Laserdiscs because of their front covers. They look good on the shelf, and this is no different. This is also a UK release, a PAL release, and it's not widescreen or anything, but I like it. Here's another one, also a PAL release. This is Narrow Margin with the late Gene Hackman. Again, I got this for very cheap, so it was a no-brainer to pick this up. And as with Pretty in Pink, it has really nice, vibrant colors on its front cover and back cover. And this release also has a couple of chapter markers on the A and B sides. You don't always find that on those UK releases, so all the better when you actually get them. And here's an interesting thing. This is one of those Sony Super Trinitron demonstration discs you sometimes got back in the 90s, where Sony could show off their tech in different ways with, in this case, Dolby Surround Pro Logic. This is prior to Dolby Digital. And what I liked the most about these discs back in the day was that you got snippets from movies, blockbusters released pretty much at the same time. And these discs were often in a CAV format, so you could freeze frame and pull out stills, etc. So this was something I really liked back in the day, and it's very nice to have this released now in my collection. I love it. I also picked up Alien 3 from this guy, and even though I have this release from before on loan from a friend, this was a okay way to get it back into my permanent ownership. So, and I also like Alien 3. I think it's a very underrated release in the Alien canon, so well worth keeping. And here's one of my guilty pleasures. This is The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, a big flop back in the day, but I love this movie. I watched it a gazillion times. I don't think this has ever been released in a widescreen letterbox version, so we have to do with the pan and scan version here, but I love it. I think it's great, and it has a great soundtrack as well. And as I'm a sucker for Disney movies, I have a lot of animated stuff from Disney on Laserdisc. This is not one of them, but nevertheless, a very nice release of 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close, of course, and Dolby Digital and everything on this one. And it's well worth having in my collection. I love it, and I've seen it a gazillion times as well. I think it's a very nice movie, actually. Very true to the original classic animated one. And here's one I got for a very special reason. This is Jurassic Park, of course, in a PAL version, which is not something I'd usually get or watch, again, because of the speed issue. But this has a very nice booklet inside of it, which I don't think you get with any other release on Laserdisc of Jurassic Park. So I'm very eager to see that booklet inside. I've never seen it. I never had this release back in the day. And let's see what we've got here. Very few releases on Laserdiscs had such a nice booklet inside. Look at that yellow. Awesome. Remember, this is pre-internet by many years, and in those days you didn't have easy access to such information about a movie unless you bought movie magazines or stuff like that. So having a booklet like this inside a Laserdisc release was truly awesome. It's hard to fathom now how awesome it actually was to have something like this. If you know of other releases with similar types of booklets inside, please let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know about it. A little side note here, I actually flew from Norway to London in 1993 to watch the premiere of Jurassic Park in Europe, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. Jurassic Park has always been close to my heart in terms of movie magic and awesomeness. I love it to this day, and I still watch it. And from a family horror movie over to a Italian splatter horror fest. This is of course Demons by Lamberto Bava, widescreen edition. And I love this movie. It has all the thrills, fantastic soundtrack, great splatter, gore effects, and everything I love about horror movies. I'm a bigger horror movie fan, always has been. And this is a release I've been wanting for a long time, and now I had the chance to buy it, so I took it. Highly recommendable if you love these types of movies, and if you love these types of movies, I'm sure you've seen it already. This is now also available in 4K UHD, but I like this Laserdisc release, again, because of its cover. It's so great. And this basically wraps up this unboxing for today. Lots of cool titles here, not a whole lot of titles, but titles I love to bring back into my collection. So thanks for watching 5 minutes of retro. I'm Espen Croft, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!